The Olympics, Euros, baseball, major championships, and concerts are all in this summer. You know what isn't? A wild and hairy bush. Rope in those pubes with the help from your friends at Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Their 4th generation performance package includes the brand new Lawnmower 4.0. If an athlete treats their body like royalty, why not treat your pubes like Olympic gold? Smooth, soft Olympic gold. Fellas, do right by your balls and join the 2 million men worldwide. 2 million men, at least 2 million balls. We're going to say at most 4 million balls worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com and using promo code WGG. The world, it's starting to open up. And the Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped is here to help you get ready. Inside, you will find the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, crop preserver, ball deodorant, crop reviver toner, plus 2 free gifts, the Performance Boxer Briefs, and let me tell you, do they feel good? And a Shed travel bag. Talk about a world-class dismount into a post-quarantine world. This package is perfect for your package and peak performance of whatever and whatever sport you desire. The brand new Lawnmower 4.0 is here to take the podium. The 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has 7,000 RPM motor, a new multi-function on-off switch which can engage a travel lock and gives you ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. Did I mention that this trimmer is waterproof too? Did I? Because I am now. Michael Phelps is drooling just thinking about the possibilities. This package also comes with the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up top in both your nose and your ears. This tool is lock to take home, gold in the biathlon.
You don't have to read all the bullet points.
I'm working. We're here. I'm like what's his name from Anchorman. You put it in front of me, I'm going to read. After trimming your pubes, show them some sportsmanship with Manscaped's liquid formulations, the crop preserver ball deodorant, and crop reviver ball toner. All the keys to the victories you need this year. Manscaped also threw in 2 free gifts with the Performance Package 4.0, the Boxers, and the Shed travel bag. So get 20% off plus free shipping right now using promo code WGG at manscaped.com. That is 20% off plus free shipping with the code WGG at manscaped.com. Achieve pubic glory this year with Manscaped.
My tiny little nipples went to... Fight.
Everybody, we are live for episode 242 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Like I said, I am what the fuck is his name from Anchorman? What's
Ron Burgundy.
I am Rob Burgundy coming to you live.
Rob Burgundy.
From the...
Oh, I was thinking of Bruce Almighty. That's why I said my tiny little nipples went to France.
Oh, they do the same like shtick in that.
One of the best scenes of all time.
They do, actually.
Yeah.
The prime rib roast manager went to Paris, and my tiny little nipples went to France.
You put something on a teleprompter in front of me, and I will read it, no questions asked.
Very true.
Anyway, we're here live for episode 242 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We got a fucking wild one. I'll be honest with you. We got a
I heard you got a wild one.
Little bit of a crazy one. But of course, I am here with my 2 lovely co-hosts. Chris, Dom, how you guys doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm getting compliments in the chat. As if you guys don't know and you're not watching the live stream, I did get a haircut for the first time in like a year, and I'm feeling light on the feet. I'm feeling good. You know, I was taking a break from booze, but like, how can you not go out on the weekend with like a fresh fade? You know what I mean? Like, my boys are all coming to town. We all got the same fucking haircut. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
Remember that video?
I do remember that.
But no, I'm doing good. Very happy to be here. You know, long week, but yeah, this is a little getaway sitting down with the lads, the boys, them, and chopping it up about a lot of shit and a lot of fucked up stuff been going on. And I can't wait to kind of get into it.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy to be here. It's your boy Chris P, the tallest and the lankiest.
I am also doing great. Just getting through the week. We're almost at Friday. It's Friday Junior, or it might be actually be Friday if you're listening to the pre-recorded version. Chris, a lot of milestones here. He's got his first haircut since the first Obama term. Right. He's probably feeling really great.
Finally, this is the first non-bowl cut we've seen him get in years.
In a long time.
Yeah.
In a long time. So, really great. Nothing like 3/4 of the way through the summer to get your first fresh haircut. So I'm proud of you. You're really stepping out, doing your thing. Chris is also notably not wearing the same hoodie he's worn for this last dozen podcast episodes. So a lot of growth is happening.
Weed.
True. And probably drinking a green tea that you bought 4 days ago at Starbucks. So, the more things change, the more they say.
That's not true. I've been making it on my own. Actually, I buy my own tea bags now.
Oh.
I buy some sugar-free lemonade, a little splash in, like a green tea lemonade from Starbucks who. I've just been chilling, I'm changing my life around. Haven't drank in almost 3 weeks now.
When's the last time you cooked yourself dinner?
That's a great question, Bob.
12 years ago.
I don't know.
A kid cuisine.
Last year, maybe? Actually cooked at least a year ago.
Holy shit.
I have so many concerns.
Get an air fryer. Chris, it has literally turned my world around.
Yeah, but then I got to do shit. I just walk into the
It's
door.
like an easy bake oven for adults.
It is. That's exactly what it is. An
It's
easy
exactly
bake
what it
oven for adults.
Yeah, but if you do contactless DoorDash or Uber Eats, they just leave.
Oh, you want to pay $45 for a $12 sandwich?
Yeah, I spent $30 on Chipotle for one bowl and chips.
Isn't that normally like $13?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
I'm not good with my money, not good at cooking, not good at being an adult yet, but I'm learning.
I mean, you're starting by making your own green teas.
Yeah, it's baby steps.
Baby steps, yeah, baby steps.
I think we've hit the point where we can call it strides.
Strides, yeah, truly.
Well, before we get into all of the absolute bullshit that's been going on these past 2 days, we might as well talk about our weekends.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Tom, you had a weekend. You go first.
I did. So I went to Nashville for the weekend with my little brother. Shout out to Keys.
It's vacation number 6 for anyone who's keeping count.
So we went away on Thursday. I'm sorry, no. I don't fucking remember. So Thursday morning. We went away. Got to Nashville Thursday afternoon. Had a great time. Bounced around, did our thing. Saw some live music, had some refreshments, saw a friend of the program, friend of real life, Mikey Wall out there. That was great.
Who's also been trying to not drink.
Yeah, I had heard from Bob a couple of weeks prior that he was not drinking. It's like, he's on a diet. He's trying not to drink. He's detoxing like crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw him absolutely fucking shattered out of his mind. I bumped into him in Nashville just randomly and saw that, his eyes were fucking rolling in the back of his head.
Lights on, no one home.
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah. He was on cruise control.
Yeah, but that's how he drinks. That's the thing.
Yeah. He also was trying. He also was trying to lobby an entire floor of this bar in Nashville to raise $100 so that the band would play Freebird.
Wait, you're going to tell me he wasn't successful?
No. He was successful.
I was going to say he was 100%.
No.
He must have been successful.
No. He was successful. And so we just, long story short, we met up. We were at Kid Rock's bar in Nashville. It was just a fucking banger. It's 4 floors. I think the last description, the last description that I saw of it was
got mush brain from Nashville.
The last description that I saw of it was Kid Rock set out to design a bar that he would want to go to, and I respect it because the loudest, most obnoxious, most fucking egregious bar I've ever been to, and it's phenomenal.
I was just thinking it was 4 trailers stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, it basically is. So we get to we're on the 3rd floor. Mikey decided that he had too much sun. but not enough Jack and Cokes. So we get onto the third floor, and he's like, "This guitarist looks bored. I want to," because they're playing like, you know, some like slower like country songs, and he was like, "You know, we should really get them to play Freebird." And I says, "Mikey, there's no way they're going to want to play Freebird for you. I guarantee they get that request 400 times a day."
Probably.
So I'm in the bathroom. I go take a piss. I'm coming back, and before I even open the door back to get into the bar, I hear Freebird. And the guy, like, it was like a needle comes off the record, and they were like, "All right, buddy, listen, we get this request 400 times a day. So instead of, you know, a couple of bucks to request a song, it's $100 for us to play Freebird. You pay $100, pays $100, we'll play it next song." And if you've never been out to those like honky tonks that they have out in Nashville, usually it's like you tip them a couple bucks. They'll throw the song on the playlist.
But there's also 200 people on each floor.
Yeah. And if you tip them 20, they'll play it next. But for Freebird, it's $100. So Mikey's going around the tables. He's fucking like lobbying. People's like, "Venmo them $20, Venmo them $10. And we're trying to get, you know, the Freebird fund going." I'm pretty sure Mikey contributed like $45.
Yeah.
He went up to this old guy at the table behind us and goes, "I will one touch this Jack and Coke right now if you donate $20 to the thing." I'm like, he's gonna do that anyway. Don't give them any more money. Please don't enable him. And then, so I think I donated like $10 to it. So long story short, we got to hear Freebird. It was great.
10 minutes later. All right, guys, next song, Freebird.
Yeah. I mean, there was an absolute slapper, the rendition that they put on. The guitarist absolutely tore it the fuck up.
I would have been disappointed if he wasn't capable of doing that.
No. Yeah, this guy was like, actually, I could see the look on his face. He was like, "I want this kid to do it," and he's gonna do it. And he absolutely murked it. It was great. So that was good. Keys had himself a great time. He made a couple friends out there, which was good. I got to tell you though, the Wyoming baseball hat that I have, every time I wear it, anytime I'm out of town, it's an absolute weapon.
Yeah.
It's a weapon. People go, "Oh, you're from Wyoming? I can tell by your accent." And I go, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And they says, "Oh, we can tell by your accent." And I was, "I thought you said that already, but I've had 20 Bud Lights, so I didn't hear you the first time."
I didn't think I was speaking English right now.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what day it is.
Where the fuck am I?
Yeah. So people, that's a conversation starter anywhere. I had actually the first person at a bar ever come up to me and go, "Wyoming is my favorite place to go. There's so many landmarks I love to go there. We've been there like 12 times. I didn't know this many people loved Wyoming." Anytime I go on vacation somewhere, they're like, "Oh, I'd love to go there someday." And I'm like, "Nah, you wouldn't."
Shout out Wyoming. Go to a baseball game there, maybe.
The most historic baseball park in America, really.
Yeah.
It's America's favorite baseball park.
You see like the Utah Amish, like whenever I wear my Utah Amish hats out.
Yeah. It's crazy, but there's a lot of people that got mad love for Wyoming out there. There was a couple of bartenders who were from Wyoming originally, which is kind of crazy. I didn't realize that was like a retirement home for all old Wyoming booze bags, but Bob's looking for property out there, so we'll
It's true.
We'll find out.
Currently in the process.
But yeah, how was you guys' weekend, Chris?
Chicago. I live in Wyoming right now. Chill.
You meant to say Utah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I said was Wisconsin. It was my accent, Steve.
Yeah.
My weekend was fine. I really didn't do too much of anything. I actually went out on Saturday.
Oh.
But I didn't drink.
Yeah, I know.
But I went out.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So I nursed like one high noon over 5 hours. And that was it.
That's responsible.
That was it. Literally sat there, like, listen to the band, watch the Red Sox, whatever the Wyoming baseball team is.
Yeah, the Utah Amish.
Utah Jazz. And yeah, just kind of did that. I hung around, played some video games, caught up on some work. But all in all, the no booze life is going to come to a screeching halt this weekend. Just because, like I said, I was supposed to go fishing last weekend, but due to weather, it got canceled up until this weekend, where Sunday's supposed to be a little bit better. So granted, it goes through. Daddy's going to be taking some Blue Cokes for a ride starting at like 4 a.m. Then it'll be a day. But, you know, I've been prepping the body for this cleansing. You know how like Jordan Belfort used to like give himself an enema before he would take a Quaalude? That's pretty much what I've been doing for booze. Clearing the system, so this buzz is going to be fucking legendary.
Wait, what is giving yourself an enema contribute to taking Quaaludes?
Just clears the system.
Yeah, but I don't. What do Quaaludes have to do with your GI system?
I'm almost positive he was shoving them up his ass.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I'm like 92% sure. I haven't watched the movie in a while. But
No,
Yeah,
so in the
that
movie,
makes
he
more
never shoved them up his ass. So I don't know who you're talking to about.
yeah, that's because it's the movie version.
Like all it
Yeah, but
was.
they did
is
some
like-
fucked up shit in the movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
That's true. Yeah.
Well, whatever. He wanted to clear the system out so like nothing would get in the way of the buzz, and like it would just, I don't know, it would be good. That's
That sounds like somebody. That sounds like something that only somebody as fucked up as he was would come to that conclusion and be like, you know what I should do is shove a hose up my ass and just clean that shit out.
I need a full blood transfusion before I take this Quaalude.
Legit.
I should really drink like 6 gallons of orange juice before
Look, I went on a 3-day cleanse for my body, and my body is a temple now. I can chuck in a zillion beers. That's what I'm doing this for.
3 days, Jesus.
Oh, wait, 3 days? Yeah, I mean, I'm on fucking 3 weeks. I'm going to be fucking seeing stars.
I mean, I don't like, I still, like, I'm de-escalating, honestly. Like, I'm not coming to I don't think at any point in my life I can ever come to a complete halt. But
I'll drink for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
but like,
I don't think I could.
I don't think I'll, like, the hangovers are just so bad now.
Yeah, but this is why I don't, instead of drinking 12 beers and playing video games on a Friday night, I'll drink 6 and eat an edible.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that.
good.
Weed, man.
Weed, man. Weed. I took Thursday and Friday off. Thursday, we went for world's first attempt at Mauer der Toten. We did not get it. We got stuck on like what? Doug, if you're in here, Doug died 22 times. And then we got stuck in the boss fight. We got fucked on the boss fight, actually. But we'll talk more about Call of Duty later because we have a lot of shit we need to talk about. Friday chilled, played a bunch of Tarkov. Saturday, the lady and I went up to, we're in Wisconsin. What's directly north of us?
Canada?
Wisconsin.
Canada.
Yes.
Saskatchewan.
We flew to Maine.
Yep.
We flew to Maine.
Expensive flight from Wisconsin.
Yes, we flew to Maine on Saturday for a quick little night trip. I'll be honest, I hate Portland.
Really?
I hate Portland, Maine.
I like it a lot.
We got there at like 5 o'clock, and like we just decompressed once we got, because we flew for 2 hours.
You take like one of those puddle jumpers.
So we decompressed when we got there for a couple of hours, and then like 7:38 rolled around, and we were like, all right, let's go get dinner. Like, and we are two people who are very much so like, fuck it, we'll figure this out. Like, we don't prep.
Oh, yeah, Portland's not the city for that.
We don't prep shit. We just go with whatever the fuck happens.
Yeah.
And we got there. The first place we get to, we sit down. All they get us is the nachos that we ordered. We never got to order actual like meals. And then out of nowhere, I was just like, or she was just like, let's just go somewhere else. A bus lady comes over and she was like, oh yeah, we're really understaffed. We only have 3 people working today. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense why we've been sitting down for an hour and a half and all we got was fucking nachos. So we leave.
Somebody microwaved them and then we're just like, send them out.
So we leave. We try going to another like bar restaurant, and the guy tells us, oh, we're also understaffed. It's going to be an hour and a half wait.
Yeah.
And we were like, this is not going to fucking happen. We haven't eaten
Yeah.
anything all fucking day. Like, let's just go somewhere else. The next place we go to, we're understaffed. We had to close the kitchen.
Yeah.
Every fucking place we went
Yeah.
to, understaffed, we can't serve you for 2 hours. Understaffed, the kitchen is closed. Another place, 2.5 hour wait, a nice Italian place. So we're like, all right, fuck it. Let's go to a fucking burger place. The only place that was open that just served you in 5 minutes. And we just sat there and we were like, how did we fuck this up this hard?
Yeah, it's not usually like that. That's how the Cape was. When I flew from the Cape from Salt Lake City,
Yes.
when I was there a couple weeks ago, it was explained to me that apparently a lot of East Coast, especially New England towns, get a lot of like seasonal workers from like Russia who come over and make up like 75% of the workforce. And that didn't happen this year because of COVID. So everywhere was like just local teenagers and other workers who were just there. So it's like literally a quarter capacity everywhere.
Yeah.
That was the same thing in the Cape.
15 years old.
Legit. No bullshit. We had people, we had literally, it must have been a 13-year-old waiter. We were in the Cape. It was like, I mean, you fly all the way from Salt Lake City or from Wisconsin, in Bob's case, and you're like, how bad could the wait be? Like, I don't know, 45 minutes at the most, but we'll sit down at the bar and get a drink.
Hour and a half minimum.
No, yeah.
Hour and a half minimum.
And Portland,
everywhere.
Portland's not an unpopular place. It's long anyway, but now I think it's mostly New England towns that are getting hit really fucking hard because they usually get people from like Eastern Europe that come over for the summer. I think they have like fucking A&E and Bravo shows about this shit that come over and help out restaurants and hospitality jobs. That's just like a thing that they do.
How the fuck were they getting by when there was a limit on table time? You know what I mean? Like if you
weren't.
If you have a 90-minute table time, like during the heat of COVID,
They weren't. I don't know who told me
no
that.
one's
Somebody
getting
told me.
served. Everyone's just leaving.
Dude, all I know is like it was.
Thank you, Seth.
I don't want to say it was a worst case scenario because we ended up like still having a pretty good time. Like while we were downtown, it was fucking pretty shitty because everywhere we turned, it was 2-hour wait, kitchen's closed, 2-hour wait, kitchen's closed.
Yeah.
And we were just like, what the fuck is the point of walking around downtown?
Sweetheart, let's get a couple Big Mac. Just a couple Big Mac.
Why are you putting that fucking accent on Bob?
I don't know.
So for comparison, right? So we were in Portland for like the week before Halloween, like 2 years ago, and it was an eighth of that. We went to like a fancy steakhouse. We got right in. We went to a Shipyard brewery right there. We got right in. It was
Again, breweries closed at 7 p.m.
That's so bullshit.
That's definitely new.
7 p.m. She wanted to go to the Shipyard brewery, and I was like, all right, cool. Like,
How do you know? They get fucking Pumpkinhead seltzers.
like we'll go down to Old Port, we'll walk around for a little bit, we'll get something to eat, and then we'll head to Shipyard. And it was 6:30.
Yeah. No, they close. Yeah.
It closes at. In what fucking world does a brewery close at 7?
I think breweries are like 80% of Maine's economy.
Dude, it didn't make any. I don't fucking know.
Wow.
All I know is I had a bad first impression.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy downtown at all. We woke up the next morning. We were going to go to the art museum. The art museum was like, "Oh, we don't have any parking. You have to park a half a mile away," and it was pouring out. And we were like, "What the fuck is what the fuck is
also,
this?"
Portland's not close.
That's why I don't leave the house.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like cosmic fucking alignment of just everything fucking up. And we were like, you know what?
Christ.
We early ordered like the night before, like the best bakery in downtown for like breakfast bakery shit. And we were like, let's go pick it up. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Did you get Holy Donut?
No, because the line was wrapped around 2 blocks. Dude, it was fucking raining out.
Yeah.
And people were just lined up outside. Not only that, but I got to tell you, like, there are a lot of fucking homeless people in Portland.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
a shit ton of homeless people and also, like, real fucking heavy tweakers.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, think Mass Ave levels, but, like, every couple of blocks.
Massive speed. Sorry to kind of spin off. I was on Mass Ave yesterday, and I'm at a light. And there's people at a certain light. For the people that aren't from around here, there's literally a place where we used to live or currently live or who knows, called Methadone Mile.
Yeah.
And that's literally where like everything is fair game. You could do whatever. It's like zombies walking up and down the street. And I'm at a light.
You can't walk barefoot because you will catch hepatitis.
Yes. And I'm at a light and there's someone at my window asking for money.
Yep.
So I just kind of like head down, play on the phone, like whatever. I'm used to it. All of a sudden, bang, bang, bang on my door. And this person's screaming. And I don't know if she knew what was going on, but she was just screaming. I rolled down the window just a little bit. I go, 1, don't knock on my fucking door. 2, I don't have anything. She just grunts and walks away. I'm like, all right.
Oh my God.
It is, I don't know, like
It's
it was every couple of blocks, like
tough.
2 blocks away from Holy Donuts. The whole street was Mass Ave. That's what it was. It was Mass Ave, 2 blocks away from Holy Donuts. And then you drive past it, and then 2 blocks down, you see a bunch of fucking hipsters waiting out in the rain for fucking donuts.
Yeah, it's a
at
weird.
9 a.m.
It's
Dude,
a
Mass
very
Ave
weird.
must be so lit in the summer. Like for those people, there's a party all the time.
they're all naked.
there's a party all the time.
I'm almost positive I saw somebody like on Twitter like posted like, yeah, well, nature is healing because people are fucking walking up and down Mass Ave.
Literally naked. It's insane. All right, video
Shout out
game
to
stuff.
food trucks.
You guys want to talk about video game stuff?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Dom, you wanted to talk about, so I actually had a little tweet about this because it touched
green tea lemonade.
It touched a soft spot in my heart when I saw an announcement today from the EA Play.
Yeah.
So
EA Play happened today. E3 is officially now over because EA had their press conference. They fucking waited, a month and a half to have their press conference after everybody else. They announced like 3 games. And, I kind of respect it because EA was like, we're not going to release a bunch of this fluff and bullshit. We're not going to waste your time with earnings charts and everything else.
Yeah.
Or grandstanding. We're just going to like throw out there like 3 games. They're all recognizable franchises. It's all the names that you know and love. And that'll be that. So EA Play went off. And I'll save the best one for last because I know it's the one that Bob is especially excited about. They announced a Grid Legends, which is like a rally car. I don't know if you guys ever played Grid before. Grid is like an awesome arcade racing game, and now it has like a story mode. The story mode probably won't be good, but Grid is awesome. It's a great franchise. That's exciting. They announced a new mode for Battlefield 2042, which is Battlefield Portal, which allows basically players to create their own modes, and it includes a bunch of pre-built ones that call back to basically every other Battlefield game that's ever existed, including, most importantly, Battlefield Bad Company, and it's going to have a ton of modes that those 2 games made popular, which I'm fucking super stoked about. Battlefield 2042, for me, was going to be a skip until I saw this, and I was like, shit, now I got to do this.
It's like when Halo put in Forged mode?
Yeah, Forged and Halo.
Like that's what it reminds me of, Forged mode.
So that was excellent. I'm sure that there was probably maybe 1 or 2 other ones, but the most important was a rebuilt remake from the ground up. Bob, you want to do the honors and talk about that?
So I believe it was 8 years ago at this point that EA acquired Visceral Games, and then they released Dead Space 3, critically panned because they forced it to be multiplayer. They shoved in a bunch of microtransactions. They killed the franchise where it stood. The typical, at the time, EA shoved the stick in the spoke. What do you mean you don't want to play this anymore?
Right.
Like, we're not making trillions off of the microtransactions. I guess the franchise is dead.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. Because if you know anything about Dead Space, necromorphs always come back. And you have to go for the limbs, okay? They didn't go for the limbs. They just shot at the toes 8 years ago.
I did. Should have aimed for the head.
No, you got to go for the arms, like the claws, and
true.
then the big legs.
Yeah.
And then maybe a couple into the fucking torso as well.
For good measure.
Big meaty claws.
Big meaty claws. But they're remaking Dead Space. They were claiming they want to do it as close to 1-to-1 as possible. But it is a from the ground up remake in the Frostbite engine, which I heard has had some issues in the past. But I am going to go out on a limb here and say, I think they're going to go with a closer to Resident Evil 2 approach to this, where it is this game is 10 years old at this point. Mm-hmm. You could still go back and play it. It's still fucking, it is
still holds up.
It is disturbing. It still looks good. And the gameplay is crisp. Mm-hmm. But I think they're going to go for that, let's make this RE engine fucking brutal. Just brutal. Let's make it as disgusting as possible. Let's make everybody want to shit their pants when they're playing through it. Like I did the first time I played through it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am super excited. And I was saying earlier today that we'll talk about this afterwards, but there are companies now that people are losing significant amounts of faith in that, again, we will talk about.
Yep.
And slowly, quietly, but surely, EA has been gaining my trust back. Mm-hmm. And it started with Jedi Fallen Order. And ever since, Battlefield 2, where they made their claim saying, we're going to fix this, they fixed it. They held up their end of the bargain. They fixed it. Everything after that has been a small improvement over time, and this is just another big improvement for me.
Yep.
Like they killed the Dead Space franchise, now they want to bring it back, and I promise you, if they do it right, if they do it like Resident Evil 2, it'll be a hit.
Yep. It's exciting to see Dead Space come back. I'm positive that was probably predicted on the show at some point that it was going to come back.
Oh yeah, I called it. I said I'm almost positive I said they would do a remake.
Yeah, and it's the best kind of remake, which we've had we had a whole episode dedicated to this, where we're like, this is not just a remaster. This is not just like a reskin or like a visual upgrade. They're literally just tearing everything apart and rebuilding it from the ground up. It might be a completely different perspective. It might be, whatever. But
I don't think it'll be a different perspective because such a big part of the gameplay is the over the shoulder because your health status is on your spine.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be like tighter to the shoulder though, like kind of more close.
Maybe. I mean, if they do it that way, it makes it scarier.
But Dead Space 2, I feel like had the superior kind of handling.
It definitely had better. I think Dead Space 2 had. So I had this. I think it was the Deserto Twitter that tweeted out. It was like, which Dead Space game were you a biggest fan of? And story for 1, gameplay for 2. 3, we don't talk about 3.
Wasn't 3 like a co-op?
Yes.
That was like with Lost Planet too, how everything had to be a third person, snap to cover, action shooter.
Yeah, but Lost Planet was a good. I
fucking like Lost Planet.
Still think Lost Planet was a good franchise, a very underrated franchise.
I'm disappointed that EA didn't announce an Army of 2 reboot. Personally,
that is
now we're talking because I don't know shit about Dead Space. I haven't played one. That's my confession.
That's a couple years out. Well, you would shit if you played Dead Space.
Exactly. Like
that is content right there. We should do a fucking playthrough of you playing Dead Space.
Chris poops his pants. Part 1.
No, because I don't.
Let's poop.
I won't
instead of let's play.
And my fucking week will be ruined. I'll be nervous going to bed.
I'll buy you edibles. You'll fall right asleep.
This podcast is better than the Donda listening party. I heard some of the Donda leaks and I wasn't impressed.
I heard Dixie D'Amelio's featured on Donda.
Oh my God, keep it. So aside from that, a couple other new like game news coming out again before we get to like the shittiness. I want to just try to like get some like good video game news on the brain before we just delve into the sunken place. But so
Chris wouldn't get that reference because he's never seen that movie.
I watched it on a plane on the way home from Nashville, and I was
Great movie.
I don't go on planes.
Doesn't go on planes. Doesn't watch movies.
I don't really do anything. I'm like Stoop Kid from Hey Arnold. I don't go anywhere. I just do what I do. Sit on the stoop.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really go anywhere either.
I don't watch movies. Like I don't watch TV shows really. I just fucking play with my Rubik's Cube and get high and lay in bed.
And if you're interested in Dead Island 2, Dead Island 2 already came out. You mean Back for Blood?
No. Dead Island 2 didn't come out. Dead Island Riptide came out. Dead Island 2 is still in...
Wait, really?
Still, yeah, it never came out.
I thought... Huh.
No. So Dead Island came... I watched a whole fucking documentary on this because I'm still upset that Dead Island 2 is not...
Shout out to Deep Silver, who's doing that event Deep Silver is putting on that event that we've been working with Jamie on. It's like Deep Silver Social or whatever. Like they're responsible for it.
All I know is Dead Island 1 came out, didn't flop, but it was good for what
it was. Good.
But it was misleading because of the trailer.
Yeah.
Dead Island Riptide came out a couple weeks later, which was like Dead Island 1.5. Or not a couple weeks later, a year and a half later.
Yeah.
And then like, what was it, 2012? They announced Dead Island 2 was in the, progress, and it never happened.
Yeah.
Shout out Juju. Have a night.
Juju.
Thanks for popping him.
All my love.
Let's catch that Thursday buzz.
Oh, you don't mind if I do? Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Dead Island 2
never
doesn't
knew
exist. Yet, at least.
I wish they would reboot Saints Row, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I hope it's not that unpopular of an opinion, but I wish they would reboot Saints Row. Like just Saints Row 1 and 2.
Yeah.
When they were more grounded.
And stop.
Because I fucking loved those games. I loved Saints Row 1 and 2.
So
as ridiculous as they were, but you had the there was like the gang of like all the rich white kids were the first ones. I think they were called like the High Rollers or something like that or whatever it was. They all had like the fucking sideways like visors and shit, and you did like that type of stuff. I thought was so much more creative than flying around on dildo helicopters or whatever the fuck they're doing now. So Deep Silver, if you're listening,
I mean, Reg is 100% right. We'll get a new Saints Row before another GTA.
Yeah, no, he's
100% agree with that.
Yeah. Somebody said that we're not going to get GTA 6 until fucking 2025 or something like that.
Yeah, no, we have plenty of time. They're just going to keep milking the cow that is GTA 5 because there's no need for it.
But they should just like, even if they want to do it canonically, because technically like Saints Row has always been it's been going in the same direction, and you just become like the president, and then you become like the king of the world or something like that. They should just like nuke the entire planet and you start over from scratch, or like there's a time machine or something. Like they'll find some stupid in fucking game way to do it, and just give me Saints Row 1 and 2 remastered or like rebuilt or whatever. And I don't even want to change anything. I might just buy an Xbox 360 just to play the original 1 and 2 again.
Or Get Rich or Die Trying. Remember that game?
Oh, Blood on the Sand was better though. Blood on the Sand was literally Gears of War 2, but in like Iraq.
Here's a question for you guys. What do we get first, GTA 6 or Bully 2?
GTA 6.
Bully 2.
If Bully 2 got announced, I swear the day that it does get announced, sorry everyone in the chat, once it does, I will come on the spot.
You would nut out your entire skeleton.
100% I would.
Yeah.
I 100% would. I don't like video games anymore because that game isn't out. Once that comes out, I'll love video games again.
I still don't think it's going to come out. I don't think we'll see a Bully 2.
But I mean, we've been talking a lot about old games, remasters, old worlds. But really quick, I want to touch on a new game, a new world, if you will, because who's doing this now?
543 Money Play has been around for a year, 9 months, 1 week, and 5 days.
Bet.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you, 543 Money Plays. You've never interacted in chat before.
I mean, we could check.
Unless you've
changed your name. Which is possible.
Yeah, unless you've rebranded, in which case...
Definitely possible.
Thank you. But thank you for being around. We appreciate you. So New World came out. The open beta, the closed beta came out yesterday. Apparently it was in alpha before that, and now it's in closed beta. There's been a lot of news around it. There's a lot of news about other MMOs, which we're going to get to. But there's like this space race, this like arms race when it comes to MMOs now. There's like 5 AAA MMOs out there right now that people are playing. You got Final Fantasy, there's WoW, you have ESO, you have even Star Wars The Old Republic just announced a brand new expansion pack.
Oh, I did see Summit was playing that like a couple of weeks ago, actually.
I would play that with you if you wanted to play it. I would play it with you. I have it installed still, and I would play
3 years, 7 months for Q.
Good
Reg
Lord.
got 11 months, 2 weeks.
Where's Kenny? Kenny's probably in a fucking Tarkov right now. He can't check.
And now number 5 slotting in is Final Fantasy blew up so much because Asmongold streamed it and they ran out of digital copies to sell.
Kenny!
Damn.
4 years, 7 months, and 3 days. Bang, bang, bang.
Kenny walked out.
Hit him with the gunshots. What the fuck are you doing over there? Asleep at the wheel.
We don't have gunshots, but I got these. Hold on. I think this is it.
Thank you.
Kenny put the dick on the table right there.
So, Amazon Games released New World, the closed beta anyway, and it's kind of it's probably probably one of the more unique MMOs that I've ever played. All action combat. It's like click to strike, like right click to block.
So just like RuneScape.
I don't know. I've never played it.
Oh, where you click on the enemy and it goes in a tick and it goes tick. Tick.
No. It's like it's a real time. You have to
just like RuneScape.
You have to no. You have to keep clicking.
It's not like RuneScape, Bob.
No, it's not like RuneScape and WoW they have an auto attack thing when you right click on an enemy or something like that. But it's all action based combat. The PvP has been really exciting. I would assume that this is because Amazon is probably throwing the bag at them, but tons of some of the biggest content creators out there right now are playing it nonstop, and a lot of them seem like they're getting genuinely hooked. I was watching Tim the Tapman play New World earlier today, and he seemed like he was having a fucking blast. And the game's really fucking good. There's been a lot of early criticism, from folks who haven't played it and just saying I don't know if I want to give it a try, but but it's a new game, and we've been saying this in the podcast for a very long time. We want new games, we want new franchises, we want new IPs, and New World is that. I've played it for probably about 12-ish hours already. I've tried to use every free waking moment that I've had in the past couple of days, which has not been many. I have foregone sleep to play this, which is probably not happened since the first raid came out for Shadowlands last year. But it's been it hurts. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, I don't know if you guys have looked into it at all, or if you are interested at all in playing it, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it right now.
I've watched people play it. As people that listen to this, and obviously you guys, I'm not really the biggest MMO guy. I gave WoW a try, and that was fun. Don't get me wrong. I have already fell off on ESO. Like I played that for
play
a
it.
little bit, and I was like, you know what, like I'll come back to it. But like I like having those games as kind of like, all right, like I'm bored. I just want to kind of like play a like grindy game. And I've been watching New World, and it looks really cool, and I want to try it. And I actually want to go start to play it or whatever I have to do to like sign up to get it, yada yada. And then like work popped up. I was like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna. But like I watched you play it for a bit. I was watching like a bunch of big streamers are getting sponsored to play it now, so
Yeah.
I've been watching them. Asmongold's very
Asmongold's
big
been
on
all
it.
over it. Shroud has been all over it. Tim's been all over it.
Yeah, and those guys love it because, like, not for nothing, obviously, a lot of them are more vocal about it. But there's a lot of times where you're watching, I don't know, Shroud, for instance, where he's doing a watch along for like a Valorant like match or a tournament, whatever. But on the side, he's playing WoW.
Or he's quite literally just talking about like, oh, I can't wait for this to be over so I can go play WoW.
Yeah. Like those are like, that's why I like watching those guys play it, because that's like their game that they just like play in their free time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also like, I feel like the beta released at such a good time because Chains of Damnation released and it fucking face planted. Because from what I heard, it's all just more Torghast or some shit like that.
Yeah. I read Brylan's write-up for wickedgoodgaming.com, and I was like, I'm so glad that I didn't jump right into this.
I also think it came out at a great time because video games, in my opinion, right now are stale as fuck.
There's nothing to fucking play except for a new Tarkov wipe.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a good breath of fresh air. Again, I was watching Tim the Tatman play it today, and he is like leading this charge of people. His game was lagging so fucking bad because he has people following him around on the server that he's playing on. Everybody's finding him because he's doing his thing, and they have like built-in Twitch integration, so your Twitch following can see like what clan that you're in and like join you like right away. And so it's like really built to stream. It's built for people, which is great because there's not a lot of MMOs that are built for that.
Yeah, I heard that it's frying people's computers though.
It's frying 3090s.
Yeah. So for all
Imagine you
for all 11 people,
$1,000 on a graphics card.
For all 11 people that have 3090s, there was like 2 or 3 people that I saw that tweeted.
Out of all the 11 people who have 3090s and the 6 people with the 3090s that played New World,
Yeah, like 5 of them fried. But what I was reading was like some of them were just like shutting off, and there was like only 2 or 3 of them that were legit like bricked.
yeah, it was due to. So I was
bricked up in your bedroom.
I was
Imagine like you pay $2,500 aftermarket for a fucking 3090.
was
You install a beta for a game, and then it just goes.
And then Bezos goes on the whatever the fucking like the thing where he's taking off into space, going, "Thanks to everyone at Amazon, you guys paid for this."
I was watching I was watching an analysis video, and it was stating it was because of the uncapped frame rates.
Yeah.
So the 3090 would just fucking take off.
Yeah.
Like it would. The second you click uncap, it was just. Boop.
No
What's the
cap.
matter with this computer? That's why
Yeah.
it gets so loud.
No
Yeah.
cap.
Uncapped. No cap.
There's no cap in this office. That's why.
Oh, exactly. Never has been.
What I'm interested in that game is the whole faction aspect of it, but I don't know if I can get into it because I don't want people to call me a colonizer.
There's already been some incredibly bad takes for this game.
I don't want people to call me a bootlicker and a colonizer or a Darwinist. I don't want that.
Or an FBI agent.
Or an FBI agent or fucking Portugal.
Yeah, I was waiting for a really bad take.
FBI agent. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I was.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean an FBI agent?
I was waiting
Yes.
for a really bad
Yes.
take on this, and I saw somebody post. So I was looking into New World, and it's all based in like colonial old world, quote unquote, because like the New World moniker comes from like what people called the Americas when settlers were coming over and shit to colonize the New World. That's where that like capital N, capital W, New World comes from. That's the inspiration for the game, which is not the setting of the game. It's still probably like set. It doesn't say, it's in this year and this place. It's people from all over the planet taking ships to this island in the middle of the ocean, which is
Colonizers.
not a real place.
Darwinists.
It is a fictional island in a
FBI
fictional video
agents.
game, and fictional people are taking boats
The CIA.
to this island, and then half of them, or basically all of them, die.
Birds.
Not real. So, speaking of fictional things like birds, So like, hey, it's like everybody in the world finds out about this magical island where all these riches and stuff come, and then they find out that it's more than it seems, and it's like cursed and everything. There's like zombies and fucking monster trees and shit like that. I've been killing boars and fucking wolves in this game for 12 hours.
It sounds like you're trying to steal some land.
Well, like, have you been milking the cows that are on this island?
No, there's no cows to milk. I've been cutting down trees. I've been harvesting ores. I've been crafting wooden swords. It's great.
Did you see the clip of the chick that went around that in the game she milked a cow
And got permitted.
and as soon as she like got the milk from the cow, she got permanently banned from the game.
Wait, from New World?
Yeah, but it was
I
completely,
didn't even know that you could milk cows.
It was a bug. It was a bug.
Oh,
but like permanent was spelt wrong. When it says you've been permanently banned, permanent was spelt wrong. So Asmongold caught wind of it. His chat was talking about it. So he talked to someone from New World and they unbanned her. Said sorry, like it was a bug in the game.
Wow.
But it
Hold
was
on.
literally bang. As soon as she finished milking the cow, you have been permanently banned.
You're saying he talked to one of the indigenous people of New World that
Yeah.
were
Oh
under
my
colonization?
The FBI agents.
I hate people on the internet.
So there's 3 factions in the game. There's there's like the Syndicate, there's the Covenant, and then there's the Marauders. So
you have to be a marauder.
right. So there's three factions in the game, and again, these are people from all walks of life, from all corners of the world, and they find commonalities in their ideals. So these like very diverse factions come together and they separate into like 3 groups based on their ideals. It's a syndicate, which I think is a lot of like information and study and like lore based, kind of like your wizards and whatnot. There's the Covenant, which is like they all believe that some sort of mystical force brought them there, and so they're trying to study whatever that
the
was.
U.S. government.
Correct. And then there's the Marauders who, so when you get to Aeternum, which is the island, everybody that is there.
You mean Southern America?
So when you get to this fictional island in the middle of the ocean, everybody finds out they can't die permanently. That's how they like lore explain the respawning mechanic. You can't die. If you die, you come back. And so the Marauders, their whole lore behind them says, hey, if we can't die, we might as well spend our entire existence for being the perfected like combatants. Like
be a marauder.
They
You have to be a marauder.
They die and they come back to life, and it's like every death gives you a lesson in battle, and you become like the perfect weapon.
Love it.
Which is an awesome fucking lore explanation. Unfortunately, there's been some very poor perspectives, but you know I'm gonna go ahead and just exercise that mute button. You know, we just do the thing. But the game's fun. It's very unique. The combat system is great. It's very like. It's very hands-on. It's not just like click the thing and then click the thing and then wait for the ticks on your spells. Even crafting is a lot of fun. The setting is very unique. So I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Ding.
I'm probably not going to play that much more of it because it's going to reset with
Yes.
patch 1.0.
Yeah.
I've played about 10 hours of it. I've seen everything I need to see to know that I'm going to want to play this game at launch. And so I think I'm just going to chill for now. But yeah, so it's been good.
So maybe I'll just wait until that.
That's what I'm doing. Like when I asked Dom, does it wipe at 1.0?
It does, yeah.
I don't want to invest. Like I wouldn't mind. Like,
Do you want a beer?
yes, please. Getting a better understanding of like the world, the lore, the core mechanics of the game. But I also don't want to dedicate 40 fucking hours and then just have all that progress
Yeah, it makes no sense.
wiped. Granted, I'm playing Tarkov right now, and
Same thing
that
happens.
same fucking thing happens in Tarkov. So
Yeah, I know I'll be heartbroken if I do that just because, like, my video game life has always been, like, live fast, die young, where I get super addicted to a game for a short period of time and then burn myself out. And I know I'll end up doing that. And like,
Better to burn out than fade away.
It's very true. Very true. Doug, hello, my friend. Thank you.
So, like, yeah, but we've also seen like a huge surgence in because of WoW being such a fucking in such a shitty state right now.
Yeah.
And because of other reasons.
Yeah.
We've seen other MMOs really skyrocket, like Final Fantasy 14. And like I've heard a lot of people have been having like their real sexual reawakening with Final Fantasy franchises recently.
Really?
So
Ooh.
I don't know, maybe people should look in
Horny online.
Is it boobs?
Yeah, I mean,
Is there Bob's?
Are there Bob shown?
this was the fucking picture I sent you guys yesterday of like guess that games journalist site.
Yeah.
I had my sexual.
I'll tell you what, if
awakening
somebody
playing
gifts
Final Fantasy.
me Final Fantasy by the time I get home, I'll play it. How's that?
Which one? Which one do you want to play?
Whatever the online one is.
There's also a
14.
rumor. I don't know if
14.
it's a rumor or it's confirmed, but I don't know. But people have been saying that Ninja is working on the next Final Fantasy game, like with the developers.
I'll play it.
That's like the big thing right now because he always talks about
Final
how,
Floss.
that's his game.
15.
The Final Floss. I've not seen enough movement.
Final Floss, the last movement.
Is he working on the next mainline franchise? Because that's already been announced.
I'm
What
not
if he's in it?
100% sure.
What if he's in it? Because, I mean, they got the spiky blue head.
Well, I mean, he's already in
characters.
Shade. Raid Shadow Legends. He has a playable character in that.
The same
game
thing
now.
as Final Fantasy, honestly.
Tomato.
I'm joking.
Get out.
I'm joking.
Get the fuck out. You can't say that around me. You know you can't say that around me.
Final Legends. Fantasy Final Legends.
I don't know how to read Roman numerals, but that Final Fantasy is free up to level 50.
We just said 14 10 times.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is free up to level
That's
50.
14?
I downloaded it on Steam.
X is 10. V is 5, but when you put the I before the V, that means one less than 5.
I downloaded it on Steam. I downloaded like the demo on Steam, and it asked me to enter a product key. So clearly, I need to
Yeah.
pay $20 for it.
That happened
But
to
if
me.
I come home and somebody has gifted it to me, I'm just saying I will play it for at least.
I would fuck around with Final Fantasy 14.
I would play it. Johnny actually just messaged me early, and he was like, "Hey, since we can't play WoW right now, he was like, I'm going to download Final Fantasy 14 and fuck around with it." So
Well, speaking of not being able to play WoW,
yeah,
Let's just fucking do it.
let's just get into it.
well, some recent reports came out in the past, last time I checked, it was 14 hours. So I'm going to say the past 20 hours, reports have come out about some pretty grievous sexual misconduct going on in Blizzard Activision headquarters. And yeah, it's fucking sickening. And
Yeah.
if there's ever been a time to stop supporting companies like Blizzard and Activision, now's the fucking time. So this is a fucking signal to all of the people out there right now that complain daily about the current state of World of Warcraft or the current state of Warzone or fucking Cold War. I've said this 100 fucking times on this podcast. Companies don't listen until you make them listen. How do you make a company like Blizzard and Activision listen to you? You take money away from them.
Vote with your wallet.
We literally saw it 2 weeks or last week. It was either last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't fucking remember. We literally just saw it within the past 2 weeks. The moment you fuck with Activision's money, then they'll take action.
Yeah, last week.
Then they'll take action. We had hackers giving people free fucking equipment for the rest of their lives, all the cosmetics in the game. Only then did they decide to crack down on hackers. Congratulations, there was a ban wave. Guess what? You banned 60,000 accounts. You got 80,000 new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the whole situation now, if I read it correctly, this like investigation's been going on since 2018.
2018, yeah.
And now, like, I'm just seeing these documents for the first time.
It's disgusting.
And when I read through, I forget who posted a lot. It might have been like Charlie Intel. He posted it last night.
Call of Duty News.
And the thing just went insane. And I looked through it, and like I thought I was read some bad parts, but there was one part, I'm not going to say it for the sake of like being respectful to everyone. There was one part about like a company trip that literally made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
And even in the part before there, and I'm not saying that this isn't gross either, but they were saying that like there was times at the company where like the guys would crawl under desks and they would play like
the women would crawl under desks.
women would crawl under
They would
desks.
do cubicle. They called it cube crawls, where they would have the women crawl into the cubicles and the men in the department would harass them. How fucking crazy is something like that?
There's some like wild shit. And like some of our favorite games, like between the three of us, have been developed by Activision or Blizzard or both. And it's insane to see something like this, especially, I mean, they've come under fire multiple times in the last half decade since we've been doing the show. And, they've released multiple statements. I mean, they've been all kind of bubbling up back to the surface now about how
we're all for diversity.
How diverse and how tolerant and how, like committed they are to, a peaceful workplace and an equal workplace for everybody. Like this isn't this isn't even close to the tip of the iceberg.
No fucking.
This isn't even like this investigation might be like the initial investigation findings might be coming out now, but once this ends up going to a court case, which it will, there will be more shit that comes out, and I hope there is because
it's the state of California.
Yeah. It's not just
This is not a civil case. This is the state of California.
This isn't like Jason Schreier going in and trying to like,
which he did, by the way.
Which he did, yeah.
Which he did.
Trying to go, well, that's, one thing that I will say too, and somebody tweeted this, I can't remember her handle, but this is a really good way to go about it. I would strongly advise, and I can't ask you and I can't direct people to like process their trauma in a certain way or to like relay what's going on with them in a certain way. I would stay away from like the ambulance chasers who are like,
oh yeah, I saw that tweet.
People who follow, I retweeted, I can't remember whose handle it was. I'd stay away from the ambulance chasers who are just trying to like, hey, are you going through a shitty time? Do you want to offer a quote for my blog, please?
But she also specifically stated you should find the female journalists in the industry.
Yes, right, find the female journalists who are probably going through the same fucking thing in their offices and find solidarity with them so that they can do justice to your story and really like really elevate your voice.
So what Brylan just said, this is a true statement. I was reading this in the
really.
Some of this. J. Allen Brack was this. So this was specifically for Fabrizio or some shit. Abrazio. I can't remember the fucking guy's name. I was looking him up at work today, but it was like Abrazio. The guy was notoriously known for getting drunk at parties and just making disgusting moves on the women in the department. So like it would be a fucking holiday party and the guy would get shit-faced and then he would just grab some girl's ass. And then because so many complaints got filed with HR, and the disgusting part about it is when these women went to HR, they would be like, oh, well, maybe there was something about underperformance for one of the people.
I can quote it a little bit if you want. So a woman that was working there ended up going to HR pretty much saying the whole thing, and she had profit sharing that she heavily relied on to like pay the bills and all that stuff, and they ended up stripping her of that, saying that she was underperforming. And when she asked, like, what am I underperforming in? They just said, I don't know, you're just underperforming.
Yeah, but she also gave proof of the fact that she was like a top fucking 10 earner.
Yeah. Her her particular work was pulling in more revenue than her male counterparts and stuff like that.
But this was after the fact that she went to HR, over sexual fucking assault allegations.
We're never going to get a BlizzCon again, by the way.
No, I've seen that 100 fucking times.
Never going to get that again. Asmongold was talking about this earlier. He's like, we're never going to get a BlizzCon again. We're never going to get a BlizzCon again.
So J. Allen Brack was notified of all of this. Sat down with the guy Abrazio. I can't fucking remember his name, but it's something like Abrazio. Sat down with him and was like, hey, what the fuck is going on? Like, we've gotten all these reports. And then he was like, we took that meeting I had was corrective action. You're free to go. That was it. So I was like Dom, I was also watching Asmongold today discuss it. And he thinks that there are going to be, maybe 1 to 3 like high level departures from Blizzard, Activision, that are just going to be like, hey, we're stepping down.
They're going to be ceremonious, kind of like, or symbolic.
Yeah.
Kind of like, oh yeah, we're just going to go. They're going to give them fat severance packages just to like say, oh, we're making sweeping changes. Yeah.
So he thinks that there's going to be like 1 to 3 like big names stepping down and then a ton more like quietly leaving the company because they don't want to get pulled into it. And then he was also stating, or maybe it wasn't him, but somebody else was stating, if you are currently like a developer or a publisher in the industry and you see this shit happening right now and you see these people quietly leaving the industry or like tipping the hat, stepping down from their roles, but they come to you looking for a position, it's now on you to deny them that
100%.
position. And I'm not going to say if you are a fucking like middle of the road publisher and you're looking for that notoriety, like, yeah, I'm sure some people are willing to take a risk because maybe they were involved, maybe they weren't.
Yep.
But I think it is on you at that point to decide whether or not you want to associate with these people. And if it were me, I wouldn't. I think
that'll never leave.
I would never touch an employee like of that stature from those companies ever.
No.
It makes no sense. But also, I wanted to point out one other thing. Do we think that Jeff Kaplan and
like Mike Morhaime,
all of the fucking notable people, who do we interview at PAX?
Ben Brode.
Ben Brodes. Do you think that so Ben Brode left
Chris Metzen was a year after Ben Brode.
2018, 2019.
Yep. Mike Morheim was
2020.
Yep. And then Jeff Kaplan was
2021.
earlier this year, yeah.
That's
There's even more than that, too.
2019, 2020, 2021. That's 4 years, 4 of the biggest figures in Blizzard.
Who were there for double-digit years.
Yes. For probably 100 years
Jeff Kaplan,
combined.
I think 18 years.
100 years combined, probably.
Yeah.
Do you think that, because we've had this discussion in the past, that maybe they're trying to leave a sinking ship?
Yeah, I mean, we have talked about that. I mean, and, Brylan was just saying in the chat, too, I wonder if this happened under Morheim. I wonder if Mike Morheim knew. Same thing with Jeff Kaplan. I mean, the only thing that kind of dissuades me from thinking that way is that aside from Mike Morheim, I know Kaplan, Metzen, and Ben Brode were all left to start their own studios a day later.
That's true.
So maybe they just had some other projects going on and it was hey, I've been here for fucking 20 years. It's time to do something different. That's like me giving them the benefit of the doubt.
That's exactly what it's benefit of the doubt.
As industry figures that I think most people probably look up to or see as paragons in the industry. And maybe this is an old guard thing. I mean, we fucking met Ben Brode in person. And I mean, the guy is probably the biggest, loudest person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, but he was a sweetheart.
And I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure he could cradle a tiny woodland creature in his hands and pet individual hairs on its back and not harm it. But then again, you
never know.
You never know. And, these are also people who, if these are top brass from Blizzard, for example, that have been around for 20, 25 years, they're also old guard. And they also have seen, hazing and probably harassment and shit like that back when stuff like this wasn't getting publicly called out. So they could brush it under the rug. And maybe it was an old habit dying hard that they were just hey, we slapped somebody on the wrist. We think that was adequate punishment, even though it's obviously not.
Slap on the wrist, which is corrective action, as in, we had a conversation.
Right. Not saying that was right, but I'm saying maybe that was their old values that they just were okay, well, clearly we can't do this anymore. Time to go. So, I mean, we know people at Blizzard still. And, I really want to hear, and again, this is not me being I don't want to hear any more fucking horror stories from Blizzard. We've seen enough in the last.
But the problem is we're going to see.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to be a mass. We're going to get a mass fucking influx of stories like this.
Yeah.
I would like to hear from current Blizzard employees what this work environment is like, and I can name a couple on one hand that I would be curious to hear their perspectives, because I'm sure that there are a lot of blameless, faultless people who are making some incredible experiences that are on the World of Warcraft team, for example, who might lose their jobs because the game will lose money. And because Blizzard will need to lay people off, who are going to get fired because people from the top down couldn't foster a healthy work environment, and all of a sudden they're going to lose money because
Bobby Kodak's getting $150 million.
Yeah, he'll hand out fucking $250 Amazon gift cards or whatever he did.
That's fine, right?
Didn't that what he did? What did he give? $50 Uber Eats gift cards to everybody or something like that?
Yeah, but
Blizzard gift cards.
Blizzard gift cards. Yeah, that was what it was.
But that also came with their fucking, hey, we're laying you off. Merry Christmas cards.
Yes, that was it.
You're getting laid off.
That was it.
Merry Christmas cards.
So, I'm sure that there's going to be innocent people that are affected by this, which sucks. But there's going to be people who are voting with their wallet, which they should.
You have to.
We've said that 4 billion times in the last 6 years in the show, that you should vote with your wallet. And you say, we have a ton of people in our Discord today saying, hey, listen, we're gonna unsubscribe from WoW. I'm gonna uninstall Warzone. I'm gonna stop making content on this game. And you probably should. Yeah. I don't feel good booting up Warzone today. I follow a World of Warcraft streamer, and people in her chat were is this the way to go right now? Should we be doing this?
Is it in bad taste?
Yeah, maybe we just take a break today, go eat some breakfast and relax, and maybe come back and see what's going on.
You can make that argument too with the Call of Duty news accounts. They were getting shellacked today.
Yeah,
for just reporting on stuff that wasn't just about the whole lawsuit going on.
To be fair,
people are just blowing up the comment section. How can you even talk about this game anymore and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
To be fair, they get shellacked regardless.
Yeah, I know.
I fucking hate, Doug, if you're still in here, I hate when people give you shit on your Twitter. I hate it.
Yeah,
It really fucking happens.
Charlie Intel posted the initial thing. I think I actually had seen it earlier today. Like Doug had responded on the Modern Warzone account, like, this is fucking disgusting. Like, this is like, I can't believe this. And somebody like responded and was like, yeah, but I bet you're going to be right back to posting shit about it tomorrow or whatever. But like, they're not fucking involved.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not involved. This game, as a matter of fact, is their fucking livelihood. Somebody goes, hey, all hamburgers are actually poison and they're killing everybody. So we go to a hamburger restaurant and be like, you're committing mass manslaughter by serving meat.
Well, vegans already do that.
Yeah, actually, true. Okay. Hits a little too close to home, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot of dimensions to this, and I don't think that it's fair to redirect your anger onto people whose livelihoods depend on the games that Activision and Blizzard make.
Exactly.
Well, I think we're in a really interesting spot in video games right now where there is, like Chris was saying, it's dead. Gaming is like fucking really
stagnant.
bland. It's really stale right now. Like the water's not flowing.
Yeah.
I think we're in a really good spot right now where things can change, where 100% things can change. I'm not going to put it past a company that, like I said it earlier today, EA changed for me. They changed for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that there isn't a possibility that Blizzard and Activision can change, but we as consumers need to make them change.
Yeah.
We can't just tweet at them and say, fuck you, Blizzard, Activision.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself for the disgusting things that you have done in your workplace, and then still go buy the battle pass.
Yeah.
You can't be that level of hypocritical at that point. You can support the people that have been negatively affected by this.
Yeah.
I think at that point, you need to make that decision on your own, whether or not you're going to support that type of a company.
Yeah.
I, for one, am not. If they announced a new fucking zombies map next week, I'm not going to try to World Wars.
No,
I'm not going to play.
No.
You won't catch me on.
I uninstalled Hearthstone a while from my computer today, and I was just like, I didn't just unsubscribe. I uninstalled them. And this is not me just getting on a fucking soapbox for a reason. I mean, I had taken a hiatus from WoW anyway, but I'm just kind of removing that from my space right now because I can't. It's not something that I can, in good faith,
it feels awful.
Support. Yeah, it's just one of those things. And again, there are probably people, who are completely blameless and innocent in these offices who are just trying to be professionals, just trying to do their job and just trying to like make a fucking living, who are going to be impacted by this. And that fucking sucks. And there's also going to be content creators who have uprooted and changed their entire lives to cover Call of Duty or, World of Warcraft or whatever content. And that fucking blows too, because they're going to be impacted by it.
And this is what I was trying to, like, we're at that point right now where gaming is gray. Gaming is gray right now. We have Halo Infinite coming. We have Battlefield coming. And we just got great fucking news for Battlefield.
Yep.
I was telling you guys today, all we needed was Halo Infinite information to drop today. It was a trifecta of everybody just stabbing fucking Blizzard and Activision.
Just absolutely
in the chest.
kicking them while they were down. Yeah.
EA, it was EA with fucking Battlefield, Dead Space. All we needed was Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
And it would have just been a fucking stab in the chest. But also, New World. And trust me, I'll say it 1,000 times, Amazon is not without their fucking faults.
No, of course not.
Because Amazon, from everything that I've heard, everything that I've read, is a horrible workplace for a lot of their employees.
Yeah.
And I think that, dude, I don't know. People need to start holding these people accountable. And the problem is, like you were saying, the people who aren't making $150 million are going to be the ones most affected, which is the worst part about it.
Yeah, right. 100%.
It should be, at this point, if you're making more than fucking like 6 figures there should be like serious.
Yeah, there's going to be some sort of
taken.
There needs to be. And Brian, thank you for the gifted sub, man. We appreciate you. I mean, so this was me trying to like figure out with, with New World, for example, with Amazon Games. Like, these are talented game developers that Amazon brought in-house. They probably bought a studio. I can't remember. I'm almost positive they did.
They've thrown money.
Yeah, and they've bought a studio to be like, hey, we're going to rebrand you guys as Amazon Games. That's not their fault. They were talented game developers before they came on. And they go, hey, we're going to get the bag thrown at us by one of the biggest companies on earth. Okay. I'll do that. I'm going to be able to provide for my family, feed my kids, keep clothes on their back, do whatever they need to do, and do what I love, which is important. And, luckily, even for example, like, using like Modern Warzone as an example, obviously we love Doug. He hasn't been exclusively Warzone lately. He's been talking a lot about Battlefield. There's been a lot of Halo talk as well. Lucci, who's one of our favorite Warzone content creators, been talking fucking nonstop about Halo. Was just streaming Master Chief Collection the other day. People are pivoting already. Right. I think that luckily for the last couple of months, Warzone and COD have been kind of stale regardless. So there's been a lot of people who have been trying to find other avenues to make fresh content, to find new experiences.
Same thing with WoW, though.
Yeah,
like Final
exactly.
Fantasy 14 New World.
Final Fantasy 14 has been fucking booming. I've had people, even before the new expansion announced, saying, I'm going to reinstall Star Wars The Old Republic and get back into that. And I played it probably for the first time seriously like a couple of months ago, and I was like, man, this game's actually really fun. I never gave it a shot. Fucking ESO just came out with a brand new expansion, and it's phenomenal, just like everything else ESO is doing right now. It's the best MMO experience pound for pound out there right now for me. And these games deserve your attention. So I would implore anybody who's, looking for something new, if you're staring at yourself like with your dick in your hand going, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I don't know what game I'm going to play tomorrow. Try something new. There's tons of games out there. There's tons of great developers that deserve your attention and deserve your love and deserve your money. Activision Blizzard right now is not one of them. So
yeah, but also like listen to the victims and also hold these fucking people accountable.
100%.
Because this is, dude, if you read one page of that fucking like transcript that was released and you didn't feel disgusted about it, there's something, you're a sociopath.
100%.
You're a legitimate 100%. Sociopath.
If your stomach wasn't turning reading like one fucking paragraph of that thing, then you got something wrong with you.
He was fucking great. You have to hold these people accountable. That's all it is.
You gotta hold them accountable. And it's one of those things as well that starts at like the ground floor. This starts at conventions. This starts in party chats. This starts everywhere. This starts anywhere it exists. You know what I mean? Like there are people who, will prey upon other people, and they need to be held accountable from the fucking jump. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be allowed to become executives and directors and whatever.
And then you also shouldn't have fucking HR departments that are like, you were underperforming.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sick of the fucking God complex that this industry breeds.
It's gross.
It's fucking disgusting how like you hit a certain level at a company, you think you're literally invincible.
Yeah.
It's the most
because a lot of them are.
Yeah. And it's the most annoying thing in the world. Like, I'll never get caught and blah, 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 blah. Or even if I do, doesn't matter. No big deal. Like, they don't want to lose me. Haha, I'm the CEO. I'm the fucking president. Of like, I fucking hate that shit.
We've also, like, you could take a look at this and just be like, we've discussed this before. A lot of these people are people that grew up that were fucking losers, never got laid, never got into a fight, never been punched in the face before. These are people that once they hit that point of power, they think they can get away with anything.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this? Fuck celebrity boxing matches. Fuck influencer boxing matches. Let people beat the shit out of these people. How about that?
Main event, Jeff Bezos and Bobby Kotick.
Let's make an event out of it. Yeah, but Jeff Bezos and Bobby Kotick against like fucking 8 techs.
Bare knuckle.
What's his name from the Dallas Cowboys who got his shit rocked at UFC? Who was beating his girlfriend or something like that?
Oshchenko?
No. This was very recently.
Elliot?
No.
Is it the Cowboys?
It was on the Cowboys, wasn't he? Oh my God. I can't remember his name. It was one of those things. And he like retired from the NFL because obviously he got cut from the team. Oh my God. I have to find the guy.
Describe the story more. Maybe we'll remember.
I can't remember, but I know he was on a UFC card like fucking 2 weeks ago.
Something Hardy?
Yes, it was Greg Hardy. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Greg Hardy was arrested for like beating the shit out of his girlfriend.
Then he got knocked the fuck out last weekend.
Yeah, and then he got cut from the team, and then he got his shit absolutely fucking mashed in the octagon. He thought he was a tough guy. Thought he was going to get in the octagon and be like, haha, like it's a joke. Haha, he. I'm going to fucking beat my girlfriend, get cut from a team. But guess what? I'm gonna go be a tough guy now in the ring. because you think that you're tough just because you beat up somebody who's smaller than you. And next thing you know, you're fucking sucking on the canvas after somebody absolutely fucking mashes your shit into the ground.
Problem is, people like that will kill somebody someday. Legitimately kill somebody.
No, 100%. But that's now, it's just one of those things. Like, these are those people who have this God complex because they've been used to stepping on people who are smaller than them. Yeah. And Ken just in the chat too, Greg Hardy, who is stepping on people that are smaller than them, beating on people who are smaller than them until something comes around and
you fuck with the wrong one.
Yep.
That's what it is. You fuck with the wrong one.
Or, I mean, better or for worse, these people get killed.
And to put it lightly,
they end up getting shot because somebody brings a gun in the office. They're tired of being fucking beaten on or whatever. And they go, what could have possibly brought this about?
It's kind of, but then you get the fucking media sensationalizing a bunch of bullshit.
100%. Then you get a fucking Dateline special. But it shouldn't fucking get to this point.
It should never get to this
because this has been gone on and been fostered, helped to grow for too long.
We've said this a million fucking times, and we try to be as open to everybody as absolutely fucking possible. 100%. But it is disgusting at how, I don't want to say gaming in general is swayed against women in gaming. I want to say the games industry is swayed against women in gaming. Because I've seen a lot of as much as I've seen shitheads on the internet being like, oh, I don't want to play with a girl.
Right.
I've seen a lot of people also be like, of course I'd love to play with a girl. But also in the actual industry side of it, it seems like it is still so
it's still archaic,
It is still so disgustingly outdated by decades at this point. It's like we're in fucking Mad Men. That's what it's like. It's the games industry is Mad Men.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely not, even close to where it needs to be, and it's the fact that we still have, even after the last couple of years, we still have stories like this that are coming out and are happening recently.
They will keep coming out. Riot.
Yeah, and this is even worse than Riot.
Dude, this is so much worse than Riot. And Riot was fucking gross too.
Yeah.
It was reading the Riot shit was disgusting, and then you see this, and it's like Riot all the way down there, fucking Activision.
Yeah, I can only hope that people in other publishers and developers that are currently engaging in behavior like this that have not been called out yet are fucking shitting in their shoes right now. Trying to make things right or try to correct their behavior to try to make and turn things around and make a more equal and equitable environment, because you should be afraid because these people are gonna get shunned from being hired at other developers again.
It should be.
And rightfully so. But you can only hope that stories like this coming out is gonna make people like this run for cover and fucking hide, because they don't they think, and probably rightfully so, will probably expect that they're probably going to be next, especially if you work for a AAA developer, especially if you work for a high profile publisher or something like that.
Well, this is what happens when you fucking, you light that boat on fire, the rats start to run. That's what the rats fucking run.
Yeah. And
they try to find, anything else to jump on. And at that point, like we're saying, it's up to other publishers to deny them. I agree with what Steve's saying. There probably is no way to rectify this outside of just getting rid of these fucking people.
Yeah.
When you get to this level of, even at the most base level of that type of fucking harassment in the workplace, there should be no.
There's no
fucking
that's
second chances at that.
You're
It should just be, okay, you did it. Yeah. You're out. Best of luck.
Hey, I think, I think that people can change and they can improve themselves and they can reflect on their mistakes. And I don't think that, if somebody has a flaw as a human being that they can't work on it, of course they fucking can. But when you have situations like this that are being described where you're actively ruining people's lives on a routine basis.
Or in the end, like a life being lost.
Yeah, it's that is not something that you should be able to come back from. That is something that you need to you got to go hide in a hole somewhere for a half a decade, and realize that the actions that you've taken have torpedoed people's careers, lives, families, things like that. We've seen a lot of people get ousted from the industry for less.
Far less. And things that might be something that's like, hey, like shitty people can change, but certain things like that we've seen have been, unforgivable acts of harassment, abuse, shit like that obviously it's going to take a whole lot more to rectify that type of behavior. In some cases you can't. No.
And it's one of those things that, again, like I will always, like we've seen again, people that have been like ousted and treated as radioactive for a lot less. And, people that have
negative relationships that occur in like a public space that
scorn. Right.
And people are just,
they're all of a sudden gone. And I'm sure that they can, change, improve who they are, and be better people. You should be allowed to live, learn, make mistakes, and fucking improve yourself. That's part of life. However, when it comes to stuff like this, where you're again ruining, potentially leading to the end of people's lives, that type of stuff is unforgivable. That type of stuff is one of those things that you need to recognize and take a step back and realize that like there is something fundamentally wrong with the way you are going about your personal and professional life that you need to burn the fuck down and rebuild from the ground up.
I am telling you,
there needs to be people held accountable.
I'm telling you, these are the people that have never felt. These are the people that were like pushed down growing up. That's it. Like they were the people that were like oppressed because they were the fucking losers.
Yeah.
And then when they finally get that taste of power, it is, I can get away with anything that I want to get away with, so I'm going to.
Yeah.
They've never gone into a fist fight. Before they were fucking famous or multimillionaires, nobody ever wanted to fucking talk to them. These are those type of people that think they, like them, sociopaths, all the fucking lunatics that think they can just get away with the shit. You can't. You're ruining people's fucking lives.
Q had just said, like, honestly, the truth of the matter is that people don't change. They only change enough so they don't get caught again. I don't necessarily subscribe to that. I think that that's too much of a kind of a blanket persecution of
a cynicist view on it.
Yeah, it's a cynicist view. And again, it's not a like an unearned view, because we've seen enough awful fucking people that you can probably safely assume that does apply to certain people. I do think that people can change. I do think that people can improve the way that they live their lives and the way they interact with other people. But again, like Steve was saying, you need to take accountability and do work to rectify your actions. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
It's called atonement.
Yeah.
It's literally, the term is atonement.
Yes.
You need to atone for the fucking bullshit that you put up.
And you need to recognize like the damage that you've caused and do your best to atone for it. I know that we live in a day and age where, there's a lot of fucking, people just execution with no trial, basically, right? Like, people that are immediately shunned without any sort of, due process. But there is, and again, some of these things that come out, it's like, this person's just got to go for a little while. And again, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that there needs to be atonement. There needs to be a recognition of fault and guilt.
You need to understand that.
Listen, there's damage that's been done, and I was the cause of that, and I need to atone for this, and I need to genuinely make an effort to not only make it better for the people that I've harmed, but also make it better for people that might be harmed by similar people like I was, and make that positive impact to try to like make up for lost time. That needs to happen. And that's the only way, in my opinion, that people with severe, that type of severe, I don't want to say I guess like that's the type of severe like harm that they've put on others can really atone. Like you can't just end with yourself. You say, all right, I made good on the shit that I did. You got to start helping other people to understand what they're doing wrong. Mm-hmm. You need to put your best foot forward to fucking eradicate that type of shit from going on in your circle as well. And, again, there are like Blizzard's original response, which came out earlier today, which they gave to IGN, which was like
disgusting.
Yeah, well,
we take these allegations seriously. Like,
yeah, these are like
fucking don't.
Yeah, these are really serious allegations, and the state of California never even like told us about it. So, like, what the fuck were we supposed to do? That was basically what they said.
You don't take. It makes me so fuck.
Yeah,
but the worst fucking part, like literally the worst part of it for me is like. Diagonal from like the actual tragedy that's taken place, is the fact that there is so much disgusting hypocrisy and signal boosting that these companies do to try to appease other consumers of like, maybe your normal fucking demographic is just fucking 16-year-old dudes, 16-year-old fucking straight dudes.
Yeah.
But then they try to signal boost to everybody. Oh, we're so diverse. We like to hire everybody of, every creed.
You might also be hiring super shitty people.
Yeah,
from
you
every
could
walk
also
of
be
life.
hiring fucking serial killers. Like the people, if you're so diverse and hiring women, why would in what fucking world would they want to come work for you if they're having to crawl under fucking cubicles while men fucking throw shit at them? Yeah. What, are you fucking kidding me? Shove that back down your throat, you fucking liar.
Yeah,
you fucking hypocrite.
It's a lot, and it's one of those things that, again, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. I have a bad 100%. Feeling in the next couple of weeks we're going to hear a lot more gross fucking shit. Oh my god, yeah. And you're going to see it happen. It's unfortunate that this is going to also impact, again, like we said, people who are blameless.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate it's going to impact their lives. And this goes for content creators. This goes for what the fuck's going on your computer right now.
There you go.
You get like disk defragmenter going right now. What kind of private browsing tabs you got open?
I have never watched porn on this computer.
God bless.
I don't think it would load.
Hallelujah, holla back. Yeah, but unfortunately, this is going to impact people who are blameless. This is going to impact people whose jobs and livelihoods depend on these types of games, who have nothing the fuck to do with this. And I personally hope and pray that these people will be able to find some new footing elsewhere and be able to pivot themselves to continue to be able to provide for themselves and for the people around them by going outside of these games.
I don't want to say there's always a nice light at some point in all of this shit, because you see communities get together and say hey, if you are currently in this situation, contact us and we will help you find a job.
Yeah.
We'll help with job placement. That's a good thing, but it should have never come to that in the first place.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
All I know, Chris, you got anything? Dom and I have just been fucking right.
No, you guys hit all the points. There's no point to jump in. You guys are just super accurate about it. It's a very shitty situation. Should never happen.
No.
I hope the people that were responsible get held accountable, and I hope everyone in the industry does the same thing. They should be fucking blackballed out of the industry.
100%. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. This is not an industry that needs to keep pushing people away.
Yep.
But the people that we want to push away should get the fuck out at this point. Get the fuck out. If you want to be a piece of shit, do some fucking Mad Men cosplay, okay? Go pretend, do fucking Civil War reenactments or something. I'm sure that fucking fits your bill.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole. It is, oh my God, it is fucking gross. At the end of the day, as a consumer, you need to make the decision yourself whether or not you want to support these people. And the only way you can do that is financially.
Yep.
If you don't want to support these companies anymore, don't do it financially. Stop giving them your fucking money. Stop. And I know it's a more difficult situation for content creators and people that do journalism around this shit, because a lot of people built up their communities off of this. It's a more difficult situation, but I am happy to see a lot of the people we know in the scene are trying to pivot out of it. So do the best that you can to just hold these people accountable the ways that you possibly can. Maybe don't stream Warzone for a little bit. Maybe fucking say fuck WoW for a little bit. Let's go play Final Fantasy 14. Stop giving them money for their battle passes. Just fuck these people. Yeah. Don't support them anymore.
And for everybody who's been tweeting, for like the people who are like mainly Warzone or WoW or Hearthstone content creators who have been like, damn, I really need something new. Now's your chance.
Yeah.
To go do that.
Yeah.
Now's your chance to go find something new.
If you've ever needed more of a reason to not support these people, it is right now. This is a game can be filled with fucking hackers.
Yep.
Like the tick rate for a server could be sub fucking 20. You could be getting inundated with microtransactions. You can complain about that all you fucking want on Twitter. But if there was ever a reason to not support these people, it is this reason. This is the reason to not support them. That's it. That is it. I can't. It makes me sick to my fucking stomach.
100%.
I hate that I have to do this before we land the train or before we listen to voicemails, but we do have another sponsor, and I'm sorry that I have to do
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I'm sorry that I have to do it after this, but we are also brought to you by Thrive Fantasy. It is a daily fantasy and esports app that eliminates countless hours of research typically involved in fantasy sports and focuses on the top tier athletes that have the biggest impact on the game. Choose your props, lay them in, get your points. The more points you rack up, the more money you make. So if you use promo code WGG when you sign up, we will match up to $50 immediately. Mm-hmm. You sign up. Put in $50.
Wait, how long does it take?
Immediate. It is immediate.
Whoa.
Immediate.
It's a lot.
You sign up, use promo code WGG, you put in $50, we give you $50. It is just that fucking simple. Thrive Fantasy is trying to make this easy for you, and we are trying to make it easy for you and for Thrive. So, thrivefantasy.com or the app or the Google Play Store. Use promo code WGG, put in $50, get $50. Dom, we got any voicemails?
Yes, we do. Ladies and gentlemen, 617-701-7678, the WGG Internet and Sauce Line. You leave a voicemail, we react to it live on the show. It is that simple. Call number one. What do we got?
What is up, guys? It is your Tennessee, your faraway degenerate. Sorry. Losing my mind a little bit, but anyways, you guys look fantastic there, and straight blackout event tonight. And just a little hypothetical. What would you rather have your environment for the rest of your life? Would you rather be a little colder, maybe a little subarctic temperature? With just howling winds blowing in your face, or would you rather have dry heat than, let's say, I don't know. Hypothetically, outside of Phoenix, Arizona, where it's like 110 every single day. Hypothetically, what would you rather have for the rest of your life? Anyways, love you guys. Keep going where you're going. I mean, because you guys are the most honest and best source of all gaming news.
True.
In all dimensions of every single universe. So, not sure if I'm the first to report that, but anyways, guys, you guys are the best. Keep going where you're going. Love you guys. Peace.
I fucking love Tiggy.
Oh, I love Tiggy. Energy. Always.
Energy is
never
crazy.
Lowers. The energy, it stays at a fucking peak always.
It's the only way to go is from 100, and it doesn't go down.
No, it doesn't go down.
I think I would have to go with very, very cold.
Yeah, same.
I would have to go with very, very cold. I can't do the wind. What if you get yourself looking nice, you do your hair or something like that, you go out, your hair's all fucked up.
Yeah.
You're driving,
you're
your car's
melting,
blowing all over the place.
Yeah.
If it's hot out, I'll be absolutely miserable. I don't have AC in this house. If it's cold, you get to fuck around with the fit a little bit. It's like pea coat season year round, scarves and
maybe
shit
you do like a little
that.
layering. You get to layer a little bit.
Yeah, and what's better than like being outside in the cold, going into the house where it's nice and warm, throwing a couple blankets on, light a candle or two.
Big boy season.
I mean, so to be fair, Tiggy did make it two complete extremes. As in, we'll say, when I lived in Chicago, there were times where the wind chill was like negative 35.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like quite literally, it was negative 35, and I had to walk to the hospital I was working at.
No.
And it was 3 layers. Everything was covered, except for my eyes to my upper lip. And I would get there, and my mustache would be completely frozen. That's how cold it was. So I'm saying, we're picking negative 40 or 125.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going negative 40.
I have to go negative 40. I can't, I think, so I'm just thinking about the electric bill. 125. Think about the AC. Think about the AC bill you're going to pay every month. Oh my God. $40,000 a month.
Dude,
meanwhile, I just put 17 hoodies on and I'm good.
Yeah, fine. I'll see my breath in my
You get a pellet stove. It costs fucking $75.
There you go. I'm chopping down fucking trees in the woods. We're good to go.
I fully agree. I am fully on board with freezing coal.
Frozen tundra.
it's easier to heat your body up than it is to cool your body.
100%.
And you look sexier though. You ever see like in Love Actually, or in like The Holiday? In The Holiday you see Jude Law in the turtleneck looking like a fucking man rocket. Woo! Come on, if it was hot out, I mean, he probably would just be wearing a tank top and looking like a smoke. But I mean,
fucking incredible.
yeah, fuck. But I mean, I'm just saying, if you can pull off a turtleneck, and Chris has a lot of neck, so
Look at that fucking Velociraptor neck.
Oh my
I'm a
lord,
big turtleneck guy. I always rock those around.
I have to say, Chris does a pretty decent job wearing.
he does. He's actually one of the very few guys I know who wears a good turtleneck.
I 100% agree with that. I think you pull off a turtleneck well.
Thank you,
Yeah.
lads.
You know,
Couple fine blokes.
Chris, all he does is get neck. You know,
That's all I know.
that's all he's doing.
All I know is neck.
See, I can't do it because there's already too much of a struggle to distinguish where like my chin starts.
No,
and my neck
the rock
fucking
picture.
You need all the neck you can keep.
I can't pull it off.
My God. All right, next caller.
What is up, WGG fam and WGG founding fathers? It's your boy JB Genesis calling in with a weekly voicemail. Hope everyone's having a wonderful week so far. My question this week is, if you were to have some West Coast guests over on your side,
Wisconsin.
in the first weekend of November, who would be available to party? Let me know.
I would simply be available.
Yeah, I think
Sea Dog.
Sea Dog.
I think I would just make myself available.
Wait. Was he saying like not who would we want on the podcast, but
Oh no,
who would be available
if
to party?
Could be available.
Yeah, I mean,
He's coming here the first week of November. It sounds like.
oh, okay.
Will you be available?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think we do all day?
Drink.
Don might be on vacation. We'll have to.
First week in November is my birthday, so
All right. Well, I'm going to fucking Bora Bora for the week.
that's next year. I'm going to the
I
Maldives.
gotta check my schedule.
I'm going to the Maldives next year. Hold on, wait, let me see.
Maldives nuts.
Wait, no, my birthday's on a Tuesday this year, so the first week in November. Nothing on the calendar.
I've been looking into going.
Sheesh.
I've been looking to going into the Maldives. The problem is the flights are 24 hours combined.
Yeah, I know.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
Have fun.
I've been on a plane for fucking 28 to go to Australia.
That's fucking crazy.
I had a dozen Miller Lights and slept in a whole row. I got all the tiny little blankets that are the size of fucking cocktail napkins on a plane, and I put them over myself.
Now imagine if one of us needed that. We would need fucking.
You would need triple.
Yeah, just bring over 3 rolls of paper towels.
You are 3 rolls of paper towels.
All right, thanks.
You're almost
in a hoodie.
3
Yeah.
fucking rolls of paper towel.
Also, Jess said she was gonna just wear a full snowsuit, and she would probably look like the main villain in Home Alone 4. You know, like when they have like the 3 like Russian people that come to the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's all I could picture was like the Home Alone 4 villain. She had like the little like Russian hat on. I don't know, and the little kid used like a C4 in a Tonka truck.
Yep.
I don't know how. I didn't know how people didn't die in that movie. All right, next voicemail. Here we go.
Hey boys, Coleman here. Thought I'd call in, give you guys a voicemail. Hope everyone's doing well. Sending positive vibes you guys' way. Just hope everyone's week is going to finish out great. Happy Friday Junior to you guys. I got a question for you this week. I'm sure you guys will probably cover it in the podcast. I'm probably late to the party, but what I have, my question is, do you think with Netflix releasing video game titles
Good question.
as rentals, will it go back to the days where like Netflix sent out DVDs, or will they just have like a streamed library like the failed Google Stadia that you will be able to just stream games from for a certain period of time or indefinitely, kind of like an Xbox Game Pass type environment?
Great question.
And do you think it'll stay on par with Netflix, where they have kind of like B-list movies with like the occasional A-list movie on there? So like indie developer games will maybe get a more of a spotlight on here, and some more B-list games, and then AAA titles will stay off of there, with the occasional AAA title staying on for a certain amount of times.
But anyway, I know it's kind of a long-winded question, but hope you guys can give me an answer, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week and enjoy a good beer this weekend. See you guys.
That was an absolutely wonderful question.
He's such a polite guy.
I love Coleman so much.
That was a wonderful question, and it's good. I'm so glad that he asked it because this was a topic we should have discussed, but unfortunately, we got overburdened with a bunch of legitimate bullshit in the industry. Like I'm
Very
glad
true.
that he's asked this question because this is something we should be talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's going to suck, personally.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yes, it's nice that there's no additional cost for this service, I guess. But according to kind of what came out the other day, there's a heavy focus on mobile games.
That makes sense.
So I think it's going to be primarily mobile focused. And I'm not a big mobile game type of guy. Maybe they'll throw the occasional banger on there, but I don't really see that happening, to be honest. I do think it's nice because majority of the world already pays for Netflix. So they have that one person that 15 people use their account. So yeah, you can try out a couple new games. But like if I did not already subscribe to Netflix, would I for this reason? Absolutely not.
No, I mean, I know people that like have subscribed to GameFly from the day that it was incepted until now. I don't even know if it's still around, but
I don't believe so.
like, but Binge was literally a lifelong GameFly customer. And he got his money worth.
100%. Yeah, I see that.
He 100% got his money's worth too. He fucking burned through games left and right. Literally would get his money's worth. He would burn through 3 games a month.
I used to do that with GameStop where I would buy 2 fucking pre-owned games.
Return 'em.
And I would beat them within 2 weeks and return them.
Yeah, 100%.
I did that every single summer.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be digital. I don't see it being physical. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yep.
I can see it, I guess, being more like Game Pass where you download a digital version.
How would they? I don't even think it's possible to have a physical version because it's not like there's no Netflix box.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, true. I mean, and they used to mail out games and stuff, and they used to say, like, all right, as long as it's postmarked by X date. I used to get, like, the physical versions of Netflix all the time. Yeah. As long as it's postmarked by X date or whatever, like, you're going to be fine. But I just think that, like, logistically, it's probably going to cost them more to deal with physical media, and I don't think that that's going to work out.
Yeah, there's no way to logistically work around that. And especially if you're doing a mobile game focus, it's not like there's already physical copies for those games as it is. I think that this causes issues in the future, and I think that this is going to probably hike up Netflix prices again at some point.
Yep.
Because that they're stumbling around trying to make something like this work, and that's going to suck for my sister who pays for Netflix.
It's going to suck for you because you got to unsubscribe.
I doubt it. She got kids. She got 3 kids. You can't unsubscribe from Netflix. What are you, crazy?
Well, another one with you.
Yeah, she got 3 kids and me.
Dependence.
Exactly. You can write me off.
Yeah.
So I think that this probably has a negative impact at some point in the future and it hikes up prices. I think the only way that this becomes any bit like relative is if they somehow secure AAA exclusive titles. And I don't think that's going to happen. No. So I don't see a huge future for something like this. This just makes me think of like something like the Ouya. Honestly, except
why'd you have to make that sound?
Ouya. This reminds me of the Ouya, and it's like it was an Android-based system that just gave you mobile games, and it fucking failed immensely. So I don't know. I think there's promise because so many people have a Netflix subscription, and I think that I'm sure people will utilize it. But I think not enough will, and I think at some point on the back end, this costs them too much money that I don't think it benefits them in the end.
Yeah.
I do think we live in such a scumbag world now that if we ever did like a Redbox style for these type of games, people would use like a burner card and just like collect all these games.
And hold on to them.
Yeah, forever. And never get caught with them.
Chris, are you telling us that's what you did with Redbox?
No.
Scumbag.
I never used Redbox, but if they had physical copies for Netflix on this, what I would do, I would simply get a burner credit card or a fake credit card or a prepaid or something like that. I would buy these games, install the file on my computer, and sell it for a discount.
Such a fucking scumbag.
I do have a write-in for a voicemail. Can I read it really quick?
Yeah, do we have any more voicemails?
We have one more.
Okay, let me do this one really quick. Would you rather accidentally bite your tongue every time you put something in your mouth or stub your pinky toe every time you stand up?
Stub my pinky toe every time I stand up. I sit down for work.
Stub my pinky toe. My tongue is very sensitive, so I can't.
I would bite my tongue.
Chris, you chew on fucking bottle caps like you're 13 still.
Yeah, but it would make me stop.
Okay.
It would make me stop.
That could be a good way to quit smoking.
Right? Oh, no, I take that back then. I vape like a motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm stubbing my toe, bitch. I'll cut my pinky toe off. I'll like beat the system.
Do you need... No, you need your big toe for balance. I don't think you need your pinky toe for balance.
You might. I don't know.
I don't think you do.
I think a big toe. That happened to Moody's Point. Her dad couldn't stand up straight because he didn't have a big toe.
I'm pretty sure it's one of those things. I'm pretty sure it's one of those things
that.
where it's like your appendix and you just evolved past it.
You're probably right.
As like humanity.
All right, last voicemail. Here we go.
Why, hello there. You get your reference?
Thank you.
It's cute.
Thank you.
I've not left a voicemail in a while, so I thought I'd leave one. Since JB reminded me that you had a voicemail line. Because I totally forgot. So, hope you all are doing well. Me, I've been dying miserably for the last 2 weeks a month. Yeah. Today I'm finally feeling better because I've been on antibiotics. So, yeah. Feeling good. Feeling happy. Feeling for the first time in a while. So, yeah. Can't say the same thing for the country. It's falling to fucking bits, but you. Look on the bright side. I'm alive. But, yeah. So, what is the one thing that you guys are looking forward to for the rest of the year? And one thing that you want to do next year? Because I really, really, really hope things get sorted for travel, because I want to come back over next year. So I need a holiday. I need a fucking holiday.
True.
Fuck me, man. I can't deal with this shit over here. It's a fucking absolute shit show. Like, honest to God. Like, you think your shit's bad? Like, touch on it like very slightly. You know the Delta variant? Yeah, that's the president came to us over here. And we decided to open up the country. Yeah. It's fucking... Yeah, I need a holiday. So hopefully it's sorted and I'll come over and see you all. So hopefully you all can come over our backs and we can all hang out and drink and eat and have a lovely, lovely time. Yeah, hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful night. And yeah, I wish you all good health and good gaming. And yeah, so speak to you all when I see you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Q.
First of all, thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Hope you feel better. We miss you.
We miss hearing your voice and we miss seeing you, bud.
Yes, absolutely. We miss you. And hope that you're doing great as well. Hope that you feel better. Didn't sound like you were feeling too hot, but hope that you're feeling good. Hope that you can get over to this side of the pond real soon.
I mean, there is legitimate potential that we go over to that side of the pond at some point.
Yeah.
Like right near him.
We might beat you to it.
There's legitimate potential that we might end up there at some point.
We might beat you to it. But yeah, so what is one thing that we're looking forward to this year and next year? So this year, I mean, I think I'd like to, be able to grow some grass by the end of the summer. I'd like to get like a nice even green
weed
lawn. That's my real
weed.
That's my big one. Yeah, probably weed. But but like I just want like a nice lawn this year.
What are you looking forward to this year? I don't know, weed.
Yeah, like
weed.
But no, that's it. Next year I would like to double the amount of money that I'm making.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do. So
green. Yeah, green on both fronts.
Weed. You know what I'm saying?
Weed. Fucking weed. I think this year, if it will even happen, I really, really want to go across the pond and meet the Deserto team with you guys. I feel like that'll be an absolute blast to actually go over there, meet them, because I don't think I've ever been out of the country, so I definitely want to try that out. I don't think the Bahamas counts.
That's a different country.
That counts.
Okay, so Bahamas when I was like 16, no, 18, something like that. 16 or 18, one of the
Senior
two.
year of high school.
So 18, right?
Why am I remembering this for you?
I don't know. And then next year, I want to kind of keep expanding what we're doing now, so you get to see us in front of some pretty high-profile people. Like I would like to meet a friend in online and friend of the program, Jordan Fisher, at some point. Maybe go to LA. You know, meet the good people, get some good interviews with us. But everything's looking good. But hopefully, Q, we find our way over there, and we'll come to you. You stay there. We'll come to you.
I just really can't wait. I just really can't wait to go to the Game Awards.
The Game Awards are gonna be dope too.
Yeah,
But also, Q, you could come here too.
with the big suits on, like fucking Chris Bosh.
yeah. We're gonna be NBA, like the
Roblox
NBA's 1996 NBA draft fits.
Dude, that would be
100%.
fucking elite. We have to dress like that too.
Yes. And then, like I said, the year after that, cowboy boots, cowboy outfits, assless chaps. And then the year after that, we do like Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Yeah.
And we go in dresses.
I'm down for whatever. We'll be talked about.
It's gonna be Chris'
100%.
suit meeting
100%. That's
Yes.
French coat.
Yes.
Oh, that's Steez.
Pull up Suge Knight, because that's mine.
You kind of look like Suge Knight.
You are Suge Knight.
But I don't know one of those suits
Bob, the
on.
white turtleneck and the red like crushed
Yes.
velvet suit.
Dude, he looks fake in that.
Yes.
He looks like someone from like Space Jam.
He's a fucking unit.
This is Bob.
Looking like fucking Minecraft Steve.
Oh, fuck. So this year, honestly, I just want more sense of normalcy in this year. Like I'm not a big out person as it is, but I just want to not be restricted in things that could be done for people across the world. Like I would like to be able to fly. I would like to be able to go to different countries. Yep. I would like people from different countries to be capable of coming to our country. Granted, most people probably don't want to come to this fucking country.
Because it stinks.
Because it stinks. But like I want 2021 to be that like recovery, like the hangover year, where it's like we're recovering from the worst drunk we've ever gotten in 2020. And this is like I'm going to take some ibuprofen and drink some body armor. And then at the end of it, everything like forms out in normalcy. And then next year, I want to quit my job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why not right now? Do it right now. Call your boss right now.
I have too many responsibilities right now. Like far too many, unfortunately. Trust me, I would love to. I have a fucking meeting tomorrow with my boss, actually. And I'm coming up on my 5 years right now. So I don't fucking know.
Hey, we'll get there.
I want to get to a point where I'm financially comfortable enough where I can quit my job.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. You want to land the train?
Yeah, let's land the fucking train.
I have nothing. Thanks everyone that's hanging out. You guys are the shit.
I would like to give a big shout out to Tiggy, who is now a fellow lifelong PC gamer as of like 2 days ago.
Yeah, lifelong.
Tiggy just started streaming. It's Tiggy Nation on Twitch. So make sure you go sauce him a follow over there. Go follow the good people. Tiggy's out there killing it already. Absolutely getting steamrolled, in a couple of games last night. But, we still love him. We don't judge him. We just love him. And, real happy to see him, join me in the illustrious ranks of guys who have been playing on PCs their entire life. Yeah. Just a real big fan there. Also, that's, I think, all I've got. Big shout out to everybody who's listening, as always, everybody who's tuned in. Stay tuned for some great tent coming up real soon. We got a lot of good stuff in the works for you, and we're excited to share it with you. So, smooches.
Bet. I got to shout out some stuff from YouTube. Shout out to the new sub, Damo Brez. Is it Damo Brez or Damo Brez? Damo?
I've been calling him Damo.
Damo Brez.
Probably wrong, but
Shout out to Young Jamie from Deserto. Shout out Young Jamie, new sub. Shout out to Steve for editing the Bertage Part 3. Bertage Part 3. It is up on YouTube, youtube.com/Wicked Gaming.
Yeah, shout out Steve, co-worker Steve.
Shout out Steve.
Great guy, very talented.
Incredible editor, incredible friend. Okay?
True.
Edited the Bertage Part 3. Three vets. Fuck, I missed the 3 vets. Fuck. That was just was branding.
Big
and I
drop
fucked that
ball.
up. I really fucked up. Can you stop playing footsies with me, Chris?
I'm horny. What?
Hey, tone it down.
In the Suge Knight suits. That picturing you in the Suge Knight suits get me all hot and bothered.
Oh my God. Shout out to Steve for the edit on the Bertage Part 3. If you didn't know, that came from my 52 kill game in Counter-Strike, the greatest game of Counter-Strike I ever played in my life. So thank you, Steve. Shout out to Tiggy commenting, when's the trading card coming out? I need the first edition for that is on the Bertage video. The Speakeasy commented, great edit, love the music. I agree. Great edit, love the fucking music.
Nothing incorrect in that comment.
No.
Also, incredible 52 kill game.
He didn't say that.
Probably forgot that though.
It got cut out. A comment was too long.
Oh, yes,
got cut
comment
out.
too long, got cut out.
Yeah.
And then
Forward,
John P commented, void.fyi magic. If that's a link, don't click it.
Yes, the game was magic. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, certainly
Please
was.
don't click it. Don't click it.
Certainly was.
Shout out to everybody in chat right now. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to everybody holding people accountable currently on social media and in the video game industry.
Yeah.
And a big Wicked Good Gaming suck it to Blizzard and Activision and all of the pieces of shit that operate at those facilities that hurt other people.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself. You don't belong in our gaming industry. Go fucking live in a cave for the rest of your life, you disgusting fucking pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will like.
You got to end it after that. Go.
It's so fucking. The 3 of us grew up with sisters. It's disgusting to see the things that happen currently. It makes me fucking gross.
Not a fan.
It makes me feel fucking gross. Anyway, thank you for
Go to work tomorrow, and if there's somebody that you know is a fucking piece of shit
Punch him in the
to your
fucking
female
face.
coworkers,
Punch him in the face. I
go
don't care.
punch him directly in the fucking face and tell him Wicked Good Gaming, suck it. Do like the DX, suck it chops over his unconscious body, and then quit.
Yeah, then say, hey, if you fucking foster these people, I'm out. Go fuck yourselves.
That's a fact.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 242 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. I've been Bob. This is Dom. This is Chris. We appreciate you tuning in. You can find us on all social media platforms at Wicked Good Gaming, except for Twitter. It's at Wicked Good Games. You could check out all the written content at wickedgoodgaming.com. You can check out all the video content at youtube.com/Wicked Good Gaming. Go check out the Bertage Part 3, brought to you by Stove. You can find Not Another Gaming Podcast on all podcast platforms, every single one of them. If us, your favorite podcast, is not on your favorite podcast platform, you let us, your favorite podcast, know, and we will put ourselves, your favorite podcast, on your favorite podcast platform. You tell us, we'll do it for you. Okay? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to episode 242. We'll catch you next week. Peace.
Fight!